Right, back in, ladies and gentlemen. So, without further ado, now I've got my cup of tea. Had myself some digestive biscuits as well, very lovely. I was getting a bit hungry, that's why. Let's head on upstairs to the dorms. Actually, let's get chatting. Oh. Wait, there's something else down here that needs investigating, apparently. Well, what would that be, then? Do I need to talk to Ava again? Is that what I need to do? Oh. Wait a minute. Ah. Yes, they mentioned blood in the hallway. So, I guess we have to look at this too, that I completely missed a moment ago. There's dried blood on the floor. For some reason it seemed to pool around this particular spot. Dried blood like in boiler room.
Huh?
You noticed the blood in there?
Correct.
I noticed you noticing it.
I see.
So
who do you think left all this blood behind?
Focus.
Well, it can't be Wolfgang, can it? Considering the sort of injuries he sustained, it wouldn't make sense for him to have spilt a lot of blood.
There must be something.
Which means the only possibility we're left with is...
what could it be?
blood belongs to someone else? See, has there been like a struggle somewhere else? That's the question. Yeah, exactly. Because it's not a lot. Because if someone was bleeding heavily, you'd think there'd be more of it. Which is weird. I'm still just like wondering, the streak in Wolfgang's hair, was that always a thing? Let me look. Hang on. Look at the report card. I was just looking at this a moment ago. Did he always have that streak in his hair? Oh, it's hard to tell because now his hair kind of fades out. Oh no, yay. Oh, he always had that streak. Okay, that's not blood then. It's just a... okay, that confused me because it's a similar colour to the actual sort of blood colour that's used in these kind of games. If I didn't notice blood here, would you have pointed it out to me?
Huh?
I would have pointed it out to you if roles were reversed. That way you'd know not to step on it.
Right.
Sure, I pointed out.
Thanks.
Interesting question for you to come out with at this stage. Anything else you want to say? You want to jump scare me again? Yep, she's doing it again.
Interesting.
The hell? Seriously?
No.
Yeah, we've seen this.
Moving on. Well, listen to me.
Oops. Oh no, that's the same as before. I thought I'd skip some dialogue then. Never mind. Yeah, well, apparently if you just keep clicking on her in this area, she's just going to jump scare you. Right, I assume that's everything in this area then. So we can now go up to the dorms, right? Yep, we can. Okay, just wanted us to find that blood stain. So there's a lot of elements to this so far, and I'm not... I don't know. I have various hypotheses about what may have happened, but I don't know if everything sort of marries together to support a particular one. I have to really think about it. As Ava and I emerge from the basement on the lookout for anything which could aid us in our investigation... Is that Grace at the far end of the hallway as well there? She's kind of a bit fuzzy. She been having a go at you?
Huh?
Right in front of us, a flustered Eloise was huddled with her back to the wall. Standing next to her...
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't notice you there. Oh, guys, up you guys. Might want to lower your voice around here. Some stuff has happened. Has Grace got something to do with it?
What could it be?
Is something wrong? Sorry, Eloise had a bit of a frightening experience recently.
You think?
I think we all have.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, seeing downstairs is bad, but I'm talking about something else. Grace, right? She's right down the other end of the hallway, and things have been a bit tetchy between them. After Tozu left, we tried going inside Wolfgang's room to look for clues, but the moment we stepped in, she suddenly pounced on me. She dragged me out, and Desmond ran after us. Haven't been able to get my heart to stop beating. Get my heart to stop beating so quickly since.
Huh?
Hold on, this she you're referring to?
Shit.
Aye, it's Grace. She's been guarding Wolfgang's dorm ever since she kicked us out. Grace was blocking access to Wolfgang's dorm. The hell? We can't let her bar us from entering his room. Class trial could start at any moment. So I tried telling everyone else, but they pretty much gave up. Jet and Mark went to the dining hall, Diana went to the laundry room, and Toshiko and Ingrid went to the courtyard. So Toshiko and Ingrid have been sort of hanging around together, which is interesting. Wonder if there's anything to that. Eloise and I, though, we're not going to let this slide. We've got to get inside that dorm room. So we've been brainstorming other ways to approach Grace.
Think about it this way.
And we've landed on something. Performing a brief inquisition. Inquisition. If Grace doesn't want to cooperate, we'll start badgering her with questions. Poke at her ego until it eventually retreats.
Safety first.
If you want, you can join us. A debater must be good at dishing verbal beatdowns, aye. I did come here to inspect Wolfgang's dorm, so I might as well. If that's the case,
I'm out.
I'll go to the dining hall and ask Jet and Mark for their testimonies. Oh, you're just going to leave it to us, are you? You're not coming along?
Where?
Grace isn't someone I'd like to be around right now. You three can handle her. Something tells me she's just afraid of her talent being mocked.
Right.
Okay, no sweat. Have fun with Jet and Mark.
Goodbye.
Okay. Ava left in the direction of the laundromat, clearly taking the long route to the dining hall. Should we approach Grace then?
Totally.
Aye, let's not waste any time.
Okay.
Right, okay. You want to take the lead, Damon? No, sure. I wasn't going to admit it to either of their faces, but their plans seem pretty half-baked. Okay. So, obviously, I guess this is meant to put suspicion on Grace, but I don't know. Did Grace and Wolfgang have a bit of a thing going on? I feel like some of the stuff we've seen previously may suggest that that was the case. And that's why maybe she's quite defensive of his room. I don't know. Not because I was going to face off with Grace, but because she was too. How could a bumbling person like her be of any help in a verbal showdown? If anything, she'll probably make us look uncoordinated. Let's reserve judgment, Damon, until this is actually played out. Because I'll have to do most of the heavy lifting here. Since Grace was guarding Wolfgang's dorm, she should be right around the corner. She's not literally right at the end of the hallway. Yeah, she's down there. Hold on, let me have a look around though first. Before anything else. It's not going to let me... not going to let me go anywhere else then. Well, if we go this way, we can launch a surprise attack, right? We're going to surprise Grace by running straight into her. Yeah. Oh, I don't know, what did that say? It said something about Grace. She's guarding Wolfgang's dorm room, won't let people enter. I need to talk to her. Okay, right, yeah, it's just saying, you need to talk to Grace. Now. Nothing else. Go talk to Grace. Hurry back. Nope. Hurry back. There you are. Sorry, Grace, I took the long way round even to get around to you. What's the deal, lady? Don't you two yuppies get it? You're not coming in.
Don't get it mixed up.
Okay, hang on, we're not here for that. Damon just wants to ask you a question.
Back off.
G'day, he isn't coming in either.
Jeez.
Why not? I need to investigate Wolfgang's dorm room.
Soybean.
G'day, back off, Soybean. His room is none of your business. Except it is. I have to search his last known whereabouts, which includes his dorm room by default.
See that?
What if I said I've done the job for you?
Come again?
As in, you've searched the room? High and low. Want to know what I found? Nothing. For us to believe that, we need to see it ourselves.
Oi!
G'day, you think I'm lying?
Just saying.
There's a chance you could be, unfortunately.
Hey?
Think about it, you haven't given us any reason to believe you. Someone who's got nothing to hide won't be acting so protective right now, you know. Gives the impression there's something you really don't want us to see.
Anyway.
Also, couldn't this be considered breaking the rules? Tozu wants this game to be fair, but being prevented from searching every room doesn't seem very fair.
Don't test me.
Even if it isn't, what are you going to do? I'll report it to Tozu. Huh?
You.
Huh?
Makes sense.
Okay, nice idea. What do you say we look for him now? If Tozu agrees this is sabotage, he might call Mara to help. You know, speaking of Mara, we have not seen anything of her this chapter. I'm sure she'll show up in a moment once we get to the trial. Oh yeah, it's not sabotage. I'm not hiding anything about the murder, you wallaby. Don't try to get me involved. Desmond never mentioned Wolfgang's murder. That was interesting. I mean, it could just be stress and... I mean, she has seen the body. She knows Wolfgang was dead. She was there a moment ago, when everyone gathered in the boiler room.
Anyway.
Look, just let us into the room. If you're telling the truth, we'll drop our suspicions.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
Okay, the reality of the situation is we've got to invade Wolfgang's privacy if we want to know what happened to him. He'd want to investigate our dorms if it were anyone else who died. He's not wrong about that, I don't think. Grace stood there silently gritting her teeth. Then she stepped away from the door.
Okay.
Phew. Sweet, thanks Grace. She's not happy about it though. With sighs of relief we entered Wolfgang's dorm. Okay, Let's go in and see what the deal is. So I guess no one else is in here then. Like they said. Everyone else is elsewhere. Ooh, wow, this is a fancy freaking room. Look at this. So this was Wolfgang's dorm. Well, some of my expectations were correct. A lot about the room still surprised me. I anticipated the layout resembling my dorms and the decor reflecting his talent. What I didn't anticipate was how messy it was. Well, maybe not messy, just really casual. A room that had clearly been well lived in. I mean, Grace has been in there as well, right? She's been bunking with him.
Oi, you!
G'day, mates. Don't move things around when you inspect them. I want to keep the room as is. To be honest, I'm not sure why I was even surprised. Where's the bed in here? Oh, it's there. It's in the background. It's that. Right, what are we looking for? He's got his sexy calendar. What month has he got? What month did Wolfgang have? Oh my! Sexy lumberjacking. Wolfgang also had a pin-up in his room. Oh, that's September. Wasn't mine September? I think it was slightly different calendars. This isn't what I should be focusing on during murder investigation. Yes, those rippling abs and whatever else have you. Here. Right, so can't look at that. What's with a teddy bear on the desk? Clothes. Sofa. Just go through everything one by one. An intricately patterned couch side by side with two red sofa chairs. Even the throw pillows seem to be arranged in just the right way. Okay. What about the clothes? Oh, I was looking at those on the floor. I was sort of looking at the tie on the back of the chair, but that's fine. Clothes were scattered across the room, including a familiar-looking woman's jacket. Nothing about them seemed suspicious. I'll just ask it. What's with the bear? A large toy bear adorned the bed. Something tells me this didn't belong in the room originally. Grace, is this yours? By any chance? I don't know, just hypothesizing maybe. So there's a blue now, so evidently we looked at them. Can we look at the books then? The shelves? We'll talk to everyone in a bit. Huge wooden bookshelves filled to the brim with a catalogue of books towered over the room. Skimming the titles, most seem to be about the intricacies of the legal system, although some are about old court cases rehashed with new evidence. Did Wolfgang really read any of these? Were they all just for show? Interesting. Was it not the case that in Damon's room, the books were actually all just fake? And yet Wolfgang's real? Am I remembering that correctly? I may have to go back and re-watch some of the earlier Chapter 1 stuff when we went to the dorm for the first time. Alright, It's interesting that there's two separate things for clothes. So hang on, if I click that one, is it just the same? No, it's the same. Okay, never mind. It's the same thing, in which case we really only have people to talk to then. Eloise? I feel like Grace might be the important one here, but we'll see. Eloise was kneeling on the floor, sorting through Wolfgang's bedside ottoman with a very serious look on her face. I just added a word then, but never mind. Hey, can we talk for a second?
Give me a moment.
Okay. She closed the ottoman and stood up, now wearing the same nervous expression she always did. Is there something wrong? I want to know your whereabouts during Wolfgang's murder. Oh. When the murder happened, I was with Desmond in the courtyard. The courtyard? Yes. You can ask Desmond to confirm if you're confused. No, I'm fine.
It's simple.
Let me just ask this. What were you what were you doing? Sorry, I misread that for a moment. I thought it said, what were you during the blackout? No, what were you doing during the blackout? Blackout? Yeah, you did experience it, right?
That's not...
No, I didn't think there was ever a blackout. We were only alerted to the murder because of Tozu's announcement.
I see.
So my theory was right. If Winona never experienced a blackout in the tree room, and Eloise never experienced a blackout in the courtyard, both those buildings must be connected to an entirely different power source. Okay. Right, so the dorm area must be connected to the generator in the boiler room, but everything else, that's different power source entirely. Okay. Well, we were suspecting that, weren't we? Let's talk to Desmond. Maybe we'll ask him about the taser. Possibly. Okay, what's up, Damon?
Hi.
Hey, can you check something out for me?
Easy enough.
In here or
That's not it.
in the boiler room? I found a taser gun in there.
Are you for real?
I can't tell if it's been fired or not. I don't think it has, but I want to know for sure, because if I'm wrong and this taser gun was used, it might clue us into the nature of Wolfgang's death.
No kidding.
What we're talking about is that big a deal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, since you're skilled at using guns, I figured...
All good.
Okay, no sweat, I'll see to it once I'm done here. Thanks for the heads up, Damon. Okay. So I'm still wondering about that taser, if indeed it has been repurposed into a dart gun. I feel like that could be a thing. Alright, Grace, anything to say? G'day, we're not here for that, my ass.
Hi.
Hey. Nobody should be meeting my eyes.
Quit it.
I know you suspect me, I can tell by the look on your face. But I don't know anything about his death. To be in the dark like everyone else about a person she was so close to. Damn it, get a grip on yourself, Damon. Grace can claim to know nothing about the murder. What about everything before it?
Anyway.
So I heard a rumour you became Wolfgang's new punk buddy. This room seems to confirm that. How was he this morning? Grumpy? Happy? Sick?
Eh?
Huh? We were planning to go to the game tournament, but he woke up with an ache in his stomach. He woke up sick. I mean, yeah, Grace technically was at the game tournament. It's interesting because, was it not... Obviously when we got to the game tournament, we looked at the whiteboard, and there were a few names already penciled in on it, or penned in rather. Was Jean's name on it, but he didn't have a listed partner though? Was that the case? I can't remember. We might find out in due course, because it might take us to the dining room. If you're telling me the truth and Wolfgang planned to attend the tournament...
That's not it.
Why did he say the opposite yesterday? Admittedly, I'm also a little hesitant about attending, I'm not sure if I will have the time for it. From what I remember, Wolfgang said he'd be too busy to attend the tournament. Had Wolfgang received a message then? From the killer already? Yeah, more like he wanted another round at the pachinko machine.
Watch and learn.
I wouldn't know, I interrogated him after breakfast.
No.
What? That's seriously what he meant?
Yeah, okay.
Which is why I told him, hey no, let's do the tournament. He was a bit finicky at first, typical for a soybean, but he eventually caved. Wolfgang was a pachinko player? I'm not sure I can believe that. Well, if it's like father like son, did his father have a gambling thing? A thing for gambling or something? I don't know. And again, some of the paraphernalia in this room look neither golf nor law related.
Okay.
Is the teddy bear from the pachinko gachapon? I don't know. Alright, so based on what you're saying, Wolfgang agreed to attend the tournament yesterday. However, come this morning, Wolfgang remembered the pirate was attending, so he suggested I track down that guy and partner with him instead.
Right.
Right, because you needed to bring a partner to the tournament. Wolfgang, he hasn't miffed about it. His smile said as much. But I walked out the door anyway.
Dumbass.
Wolfgang said he was too sick to get out of bed, so I walked away. If Wolfgang really had been bedridden, how did he wind up in the boiler room? Either he didn't come of his own volition, or he was never sick to begin with. That also is a possibility. By the look on her face, I could tell Grace realised the same. With all that said, it wasn't like Wolfgang to hide anything. For a guy who's so gung-ho about honesty, I think he would confide in the person he's closest to. Did the letter I found inside his blazer pocket have something to do with it? Bottom of the page, fragments of message. Secret 8:15 AM, close the door. This read a lot like a command. Well, only a few words were legible, a lot could be gleaned from them. For example, that mention of a secret. The rest of the note elaborate on it, or was the word alone enough to scare Wolfgang? Maybe he wanted to shield Grace from information even he couldn't handle. Or maybe he simply didn't want her to know. Whatever the reason, Wolfgang Akire deliberately hid information from someone. Okay, you've highlighted that. So that's a key point, is it? So he's deliberately hid information from someone else. Ironic, huh? Okay. Well, that's all I could find. Why was Grace so antsy about people entering? There didn't seem to be anything suspicious lying around here. In any case, since I'm done here, I should head to the dining hall. I'm still a bit suspicious that she may not necessarily be the culprit, but that line just then does make me wonder if she is hiding something. There is some detail she's found in here before anyone else that she doesn't want people to know, but I'm not sure. Pretty sure that's where Ava said she was going. There is another possibility here that I've not voiced yet, but which has been on my mind, and I don't know, this could be just spitballing a bit, but could it be that this is a case akin to Case 1 in Trigger Happy Havoc, where, spoilers, the victim was actually planning something themselves, potentially planning a murder? Because, you know, spoilers, Trigger Happy Havoc, obviously Sayaka Mizono dies first, and then it emerges in the trial that she was actually plotting a murder of her own, and it just was the case that the person she intended to kill turned the tables on her. You don't suppose there could be something like this? I don't know. I feel like I don't have much to go on for that, but then again, there's a lot of elements to this so far, and I'm just unsure how they piece together at this stage. Right, well, dining hall it is then. Oh, it's just sending me out automatically. I love how we're getting to see so many of... Oh, wow, it just took me straight there. Okay, cool. As soon as I entered the room, Ava walked over to me.
Hello.
I've just finished talking to everyone here. Anything important?
Rage.
Nothing important. I don't think Jet and Mark are taking this seriously. This might end like mock trial where only a couple of people know what they're doing. Do you really think so? Well, information definitely didn't bode well for me. I couldn't afford to be discouraged by it. Not unless I want to die in this game.
Focus.
I'll see if I can make those two talk.
Thanks.
Good luck. What about you, Kai? Right. Okay, so... we can look at the whiteboard, definitely. Let's have a look at it. Okay, it definitely says Jean. Yeah, Jean, but no partner penciled in there. Cassidy clearly spent a lot of time doodling this. She must be upset that we didn't even finish a single round. Yeah, I'm sure she spent a lot of time just drawing a few quick boxes and then penciling people's names in. First time people have a get-together and they're interrupted by a murder. Thinking back on it, the game tournament and the murder happened really close to each other. The former began at 9 AM, while the latter occurred at 9:35 AM. That's within the same hour. Taking another look at this whiteboard, yeah, I can see why the killer chose to attack so soon. 8 potential witnesses all situated in one place, 2 preoccupied with video games, to notice the world around them. It couldn't be a more perfect time to strike. Okay, that's been added. We will, of course, review our truth bullets at the end of the investigation, and then before we actually go into the trial as well. Like, double check, double review them and all that. Right, so I've looked at the whiteboard. There's obviously the paintings, but I doubt they have anything to do with it. Kitchen. I'm just checking, you never know. Oh. Is this where the knife came from? May as well skim through the kitchen just in case. Terrific Tozu treats. Pasta la vista. Sides meat, donut, poutine, mac and cheese. Drinks lemon juice. Okay, he's got a nice menu. Looking inside the cabinets, there didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. Except, yeah. There's a knife missing. Someone's got to friggin' taken that from here and maybe taken it downstairs. Did someone take it for self-defense or what? I don't know. This knife block had a knife missing from it. For a kitchen knife to go missing at the same time a knife is found floating in the boiler room's water, that cannot be a coincidence. Okay, that's been updated. Good, good. So the question is, who took the knife from here? You know, when did they take it? Because obviously there was the game tournament, so they couldn't have taken it at any point during there, could they? Has to be someone else, and they must have taken it beforehand. All right, talk to Jet. I doubt the paintings are of any importance here, but you never know. Right. No, is there something funky about this place?
Come again?
What? I don't know, man. Everything feels kind of off. Can't place why though. It's bugging the crap out of me. Sounded like he just felt uncomfortable being here. Guess I can't blame him. With the turn things have taken, the tension and excitement of the tournament was all but a distant memory. And this room was now a reminder Wolfgang died right under our noses. Unless he's smelling something and just hasn't realised it. Backing up what Jean said, I don't know. Talk to Mark, then we'll talk to Kai. Wonder if he actually wants us to look at the music equipment as well. Mark had returned to his position by the equipment.
Hi.
Hey, Desmond and Eloise told me you plan to investigate Wolfgang's dorm. Grace isn't guarding it anymore, so you can go inside now. Let me guess, you don't want to investigate?
It's nothing.
I just came here to make sure my interface wasn't damaged, comrade. This investigation could spell the difference between life and death, yet his priority was his stupid music equipment. Don't you think it looks suspicious what you're doing?
What?
I heard people are already giving Grace the side eye for being uncooperative. What might they say if they find out you've ditched the investigation?
Slow down.
Yo, hold on. Jet called out to us from the other side of the room and ran over. Don't see broski isn't feeling well. Give the guy some space.
That's not important.
I don't care. I'm working on a time limit. Who are you to talk anyway? Yeah? Judging by the look on Broski's face whenever you guys are together,
It's simple.
out of everyone here, I think you know the least about personal space. Wow. Just give him both barrels, Damon. Hold on, let me drink up my tea. Yeah. Sorry, I had to gulp it several times then. Well, no way. Sure, Mark might not talk a lot, but if he wasn't having fun, do you really think we've been hanging out so much?
Broskies always stick together.
Come on, Broski, back me up here. He's not going to. Time. Huh? What time did murder happen?
That's...
9:35 a.m. Oh, I nearly did Jet's voice then for a moment. Check this. He pointed to a small digital clock at the top of the music pad.
That's...
Aha, so this is how we verify the time then? Oh wait. No, that still says what? Huh. The time when it froze, I'm guessing. Was it connected to the power, well, to the main supply in here, I guess, which obviously is connected to the generator down below. So did it freeze as a result of the blackout even? This is the time of the murder. It was like this when I came back here, comrade. I think clock got screwed over by blackout. Man, this Russian accent really doesn't fit this character, but hey. Unless I give him something completely different, I don't know. What would be a good accent for him? I don't know, a good voice. I have no idea. We should give him one of my British accents. We should just give him Scouse or something, I don't know. That way it's not completely mad, but it is a little quirky. So now it's frozen on whatever is displaying before it lost power. Does that sound better? Probably does. And that confirms my suspicions. The blackout, and by associating the destruction of the generator, occurred at the time of Wolfgang's murder. Okay, good.
My man.
Nice going, bro. You hit the jackpot. But it's because I was here with you, huh? No, don't flatter yourself. Sheesh, this is getting hard to watch. Okay, what about you, Kai? What's your deal? Shit. Why don't Tozu fix the blackout himself? Is the maintenance of this place seriously our responsibility?
Not okay!
The fridge and pantry are restocked every day, though. Can't things just be consistent? Whining aside, he made a good point. Why didn't Tozu fix the blackout? Thinking back on his spiel from earlier, he was trying to be fair to the murderer, I guess. Let them have an opportunity. The tablet's information has been divulged in such a way that both the killer and the spoilers have an equal chance of success. Yes. Did Tozu abstain from fixing the blackout because it was important to the killer? They could easily make their escape if no one else could see anything. If no one could see anything, rather.
Wait.
Oh yeah, Damon, since you're here, I've been thinking really hard about those footsteps we heard
Come again?
when we were in the storage closet.
No, seriously.
Yeah, they were soft, right? Like the person was wearing socks.
I see.
Now you mention it, it did sound like socks on a hard floor. Okay. To try and muffle their footfalls and make it less obvious, I guess? Is that why Cassidy and Jet apparently, well, at least from what Cassidy says, they didn't hear it from their storage closet? Because they were talking, so they were making enough noise to mask it? Of all things to be right about, it has to be this.
Eh?
What do you mean?
Man.
I mean, why didn't the killer just wear shoes? Think about it. The sound of something like heels would be pretty distinct, right? Or what about sneakers? They get really squeaky on a smooth floor. And
Don't say that.
what I'm saying is you could totally figure out the shoe from the sound it makes. If you know what shoes the killer had on, you can just look for the person with a matching pair. But socks? Anyone can be wearing socks. He's thinking. He's got a point, you know. certain types of shoe do produce certain acoustics. You know, a high heel does definitely sound very different to a sneaker. He's right about that, as opposed to say like a friggin' heavy boot or something. Person probably removed their shoes for that reason.
This sucks.
Just our luck. Right. Oh. Is this it? Is it time? Huh? Oh my, would you look at the time? I dare say we ought to get this trial started soon. I'm surprised he's not actually voicing this, but hey. How does 20 minutes from now sound? Great, great. Please continue to investigate until then. See you later. What? There's only 20 minutes until the trial?
Hang on.
Damon. Jeez, how does she keep scaring me? Investigation's almost over. We need to find other three and hear their testimonies.
That's...
The other three, yeah. Friggin' Diana for a start, Ingrid and Toshiko. Because we've not talked to them.
As I was saying,
Yeah, them.
Jeez.
Alright, calm down. Desmond said they were in the courtyard, right?
I'm talking.
And Diana's in the laundry room. Then let's talk to Diana first, since the laundry room is in this same building. In the meantime, don't panic, okay?
Can't you see?
I'm not panicking. As she said that, she motioned for me to follow her over to the door. Ava might deny it, but the anxiety which had been bubbling up inside her was clearly starting to boil over. Although, with how fast my own heart was beating, I guess she's not alone. Right, yeah, I guess we just go and talk to them, and then that's it. There's definitely nothing else in here then? Nope, it's letting us leave. Okay. Laundry room should be close to here, right? I imagine it must be. Anything else to say? You're going to jump scare me again?
Get to the point.
Hurry up. Wow. She's like, no, now is not the time for jump scares and silliness. That is... Fuck, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Sorry, Damon's taking the long way around, Ava. Just don't pay any attention to it. Here we go. I could have gone so much quicker there. Alright, if Desmond's telling the truth, then Diana should be in here, assuming she hasn't wandered off already. Oh, she's there. What are you doing in here, girl? Anything else I can look at, other than the washing machines? Alright, no. Talk to you, then. Okay, yeah, you're not doing well. Okay, it's going to be happening, Diana's standing with her back pressed up against the wall, arms wrapped around herself in a tight embrace. She's in even worse shape than before. Diana, I need to ask you a question. Please, give me a moment, it's been kind of tough.
No.
Investigation's going to end real soon. We can't wait. Okay, sorry. Where were you during the blackout?
Oh.
The blackout, right before the body was discovered. I was just in my room alone, doing my makeup. You don't have any makeup on, though. I was experimenting with new combinations, so I wiped it all off. I wiped it all off already.
I see.
So you were alone in your room the entire morning? Yeah, I wasn't feeling up to it.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little sick all of a sudden. Do you mind if I get back to my dorm? I mean, obviously this is kind of one of those things where we can't really verify this, because it's not really much of an alibi, but keep a tag on the little sick thing. That's all the questions I wanted to. Thanks.
So...
You don't think she was acting weird at all?
That's...
No weirder than the others. Anyway, since Diana gave us a testimony, I can cross her off my list now, which means the only people I still need to speak to...
Where?
I hope Ingrid and Toshiko are still in courtyard. I won't know until we see for ourselves. Alright, let's go before this investigation ends. Yes. Is it going to... Oh, it's not going to fast travel us. Okay. Well, looks like there's nothing else in here to find, so let's go. Okie doke. God, you're already looking frustrated. Don't jump scare me. No jump scare, bro. I'm moving, don't you worry. Was this the dining room, or was it the courtyard? This was the courtyard. Yeah, I went the right way. Thank God. Right. Yep, they're still here. So why have you two been hanging around exactly? You're just real good friends? Toshiko and Ingrid had retreated under the bandstand at the centre of the courtyard. The large girl was comforting the small girl who completely hid her face behind a fan. What's new?
Hello?
Hey, have either of you been investigating? Okay, this is the one I gave the French accent. I still don't think it fits. But I don't really have anything better right now. Maybe we should just give her the same, I don't know, voice as Eloise. It probably would fit. Then again, I then have two voices that sound kind of the same. Unless, I don't know, with Toshiko we try and make it a bit more dramatic. Because she's a bit more, I don't know, just to flourish a bit more with those fans of hers. Investigating. Toshiko lowered a fan to reveal a pair of puffy eyes.
Unacceptable!
I don't know. What were you expecting me to do?
Seriously?
To look for clues. Good clues?
Impossible!
How am I meant to do that? It's not like I've ever had to solve a murder before, you know. Yeah, there are some voices I am doing with this character so far that probably don't really fit that well, and I probably will change them. Ducois even. My hands have been a little full, so no luck finding any clues, darling. I can see why.
Moving on.
Okay, well, did you at least notice anything suspicious this morning? Could be a person acting odd or a strange sound. That's what most real-life testimonies talk about anyway.
Think this through.
A person acting odd, darling? Maybe not at the time, but looking back it definitely seems a little strange. Do you want to tell him, Toshiko? Yeah, you might as well. Okay, fine. This morning I saw Wolfgang. Okay.
Huh?
When did you see him? In the dorm hallway on my way back from the pharmacy. The dorm hallway? Just as I was about to enter my room, I saw Wolfgang leave his. What time was this? Oh, Wolfgang. What a coincidence, running into each other like this. Are you already on your way to the tournament, Mr. Kaioru? It's rather early. Of course not. A professional like myself knows better than to attend some silly party. Right, my apologies. What about you? Are you going to the tournament? Screw it. I'll just make Eloise and Toshiko's voices roughly the same. It kind of fits both of them, I think, so sure. That's correct. I'm going to the tournament. Interesting. So Toshiko says that Wolfgang said he was going to the tournament, right? Can we vouch for this? I'm just heading to the laundry room right now. There's a batch of clothes I accidentally left behind, and okay, so he said he was going to go to the laundry room first, according to her. Wolfgang said he was going to attend the tournament.
Strange.
Yesterday he told everyone he was too busy to attend. I assumed he'd changed his mind. I had no reason to question him. I heard bits and pieces of the conversation from inside my dorm, darling. The whole thing couldn't have lasted longer than a minute. Okay, so you're vouching for this. Okay.
Bit complicated.
Toshiko and I are bunk buddies, by the way. Thought I'd mention that in case Damon didn't know. Okay, thanks. Anyways, when I heard what Wolfie said, my first thought was leftover clothes. I don't remember any leftover clothes. Oh yes, because you were doing the laundry, weren't you? You were doing everyone's laundry. So maybe the whole laundry room thing was a lie from Wolfgang? But I figured I must have been misremembering, what with my aching head and all. Aching head? Right, hold on. So, Jet felt like the dining room was off. Diana said she was feeling a little sick, and now you're saying you had a terrible headache this morning? This is weird. There's so many weird elements to this, and now I'm getting the feeling that because we've got several people who feel off in some way, there's got to be something to this, right? Can't even see 2 steps in front of me, let alone get up from my bed. Was it like a full-on migraine or something? That's why I'd gone to the pharmacy. I was hoping to procure some medication for Ingrid. Not my proudest moment, I'll admit, but I knew I could trust Toshiko with the job.
So,
Do you know what time the interaction with Wolfgang happened? 10 past 8, I think.
How should I put it?
The conversation happened just a little after the morning announcement, and I can tell you with confidence. Okay, so the note that we found in Wolfgang's pocket said 8:15, didn't it? So maybe he was the recipient of that then. Yeah, 10 past would make sense. When the announcement initially played, I was just about to leave the pharmacy. And she was already inside the pharmacy by 8 a.m. You were up quite early then. So, Wolfgang, he looked totally fine when you saw him?
sure.
Yes, nothing seemed awry. Does that call into question what Grace told me earlier? Either Grace lied to me about Wolfgang calling in sick, or she was telling the truth. Wolfgang just got outed as a liar. Well, we'll look back on what Grace said in a moment. I can probably deduce an answer if I know what time Grace left Wolfgang's dorm. If she left before 8:10, then she would have already been out of the picture by the time Wolfgang made his move, hence why she only remembers him in bed. However, if she left after 8:10 AM, then she would have been there for Wolfgang's encounter with Toshiko, which means she lied about Wolfgang being bedridden during the period of time she was in his dorm. Funny how she never gave me a time. Toshiko's fetch quest. Okay. What else happened after Toshiko saw Wolfgang? That blackout sure gave us a spook. Toshiko and I decided to stay where we were until the lights turned on, though we did watch you and your buddies pass by.
Huh?
You saw that?
How should I put it?
Heard it first, then took a peek. I would have said something, but I still wasn't feeling my usual self. So we watched you up until you all went down the stairs, darling. That must have been how you found the crime scene, right? Yeah, that's right.
Too much for me.
Such a terrible side. Can't believe someone here may actually be behind it. Just hope we can solve it. Interesting ... from Toshiko then. That's time to go to the trial. Alright everyone, that's time. Please drop whatever it is you're doing and proceed over to the Tree of Ignorance. Don't make me wait too long, otherwise you'll be in for a shocking surprise. Boo, get it? Because your trinkets can zap you. Anyway, just get a move on. Surprised he'd actually voice those lines, but yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's time.
Fingers crossed.
You two go on ahead. Toshiko and I'll catch up.
Listen to me.
Okay, let's go, Damon. Right. So, God, I'm like trying to reflect on everything. All the elements to this that we've encountered, all the truth bullets. I don't know if I have a particular suspect in mind at this stage, because I'm still trying to like piece everything together in my head in a way that makes sense. Because like I say, there's so many elements to this one. I mean, then again, you know, I was wondering, it being the first proper murder case, would they throw us in at the shallow end? But no, they're not. They're throwing us in at quite a deep end already, which makes sense because technically we had the dummy murder in the prologue. That was very much the, you know, here's how it works. Ava and I made the short trek to the room with the tree. Once there, we waited for the others to arrive. Eventually, everyone had shown up. So, how are you guys feeling?
Beats me.
Okay, words wouldn't do it justice.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty bad. How can I tell you how I feel when I don't even know what I feel? I'd rather we say they're talking for the trial. That's the wrong voice entirely. Scottish, not Irish. I'd rather we say they're talking for the trial. The trial. In just a few moments' time, we were going to be down there. Down there in the trial room, fighting for survival, using only our words. Damn it, Damon, get a grip already. Before the door in the tree opens, I need to ask Desmond if he has any new information about the taser.
Hi.
Hey. Hey. Oh, wait, that's him saying, hey. His voice was steady, but his eyes kept darting around the room. Did you check the taser?
Right.
Right, I did. Any findings? Just one. The gun's blast doors were missing. Okay.
Huh?
Blast... what? Oh.
Eh?
All of a sudden, the ground... Oh no, not again. Hold on to something, everyone. Into the tree, everybody. So what does he mean by blast doors? I mean, because things, you know, my technical knowledge of how tasers work is pretty limited to what you heard earlier. I don't know. So I assume he's going to explain that in the trial at some point. The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The Tree of Ignorance emulates the wonder of nature but does not achieve it. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom. Damn it.
Shit.
Oh, I guess we gotta cut this conversation short. I'll explain everything during the trial. Let's not keep this goat guy waiting.
Holy!
Oh man, this is really happening. We're so screwed. We're totally gonna die.
It is how it is.
If you go and expect it to fail, chances are ye will.
Game over, man! Game over!
I'm gonna think of failure even more because you said that.
Hold your horses.
Look at it this way. Who here are the cards more stacked against? 14 people working together to solve a murder, or one person trying to lead everyone else astray. Arr.
Are we ready?
Yarr, if anyone's in for a struggle, it ain't the group of 14.
Do you think?
You make a good point. Statistically, the odds are in our favour here.
It'll be okay.
Exactly. Luck will be on our side, darlings.
No, it's not.
Scouse, that's what I went for now with you. If luck was on our side, it wouldn't be in a killing game to start with. Can I say something first before we go?
Oh,
What is it? It's a message for the killer.
what did you say?
A message for the killer? The person here who killed the Wolfgang? Whoever you are, can you please step forward? What?
I want to help.
We don't have to do this, the class trial. If you're going to just find it in yourself to step forward and bring this whole thing to an end already, then please. Despite Diana's pleas, no one came forward.
Come on.
Someone's determined enough to commit murder. They won't back down because of one person's pleas. G'day, since we're on the subject, I also got a message for the killer.
Dumbass!
Don't forget that the punishment fits the crime, asshole. Enjoy the fucking death penalty. Grace spat out those words and disappeared into the opening of the tree.
Can I go now?
Co-signed.
Slow down.
Yo, broski, wait up. One by one, people began to follow suit. I guess it's time to go. We knew where the stairs would take us, where the elevator afterwards would deliver us, but everything beyond that was shrouded. Oh God! I think there's a leaf caught on the camera. Shrouded in uncertainty. There was no mock trial awaiting us, no faux murder designed to waste our time with a stupid mystery. This was undoubtedly real. Come on, Damon, get a hold of yourself already. Taking a deep breath, I approached the opening in the tree. Okay, and descended into the darkness. It was the same elevator, same slow churning of metal and echoing sounds of clunky machinery. And yet, something was different. Someone was gone. Someone who I'd never held in high regard, but who was still a person nonetheless. A person with feelings, a person with aspirations, a person with a family, a person who I'll never hear speak again, not a single word. Am I ready for this? Was what I did during the investigation the best I could have done? Will it be enough to carry me through this trial? Will it be enough to lead me to Wolfgang's killer? I won't know until I do it. Until I face this trial head on. There's no way I can place my faith in the other people here. There's no way they'll come to the correct conclusion. Our survival depends on me. Okay there, Togami. I feel like Damon is going to get a bit of a rude awakening in this one, given that he's been somewhat dismissive of things that other people have said, like Ulysses and that little strip of wire in the basement. And, you know, Damon is obviously very self-centered in certain regards. I get the feeling in this trial something's going to come to light and Damon's going to be like, oh shit, I did not think of that. And he'll be like, yo, dude, you got to start working with people. Right. The elevator began to slow, snapping me back to reality. I adjusted my tie and stood up tall, and when movement stopped completely... Doors opening. The doors in front of us opened. There we are. Oh God, getting gas from my tea coming up. I have to go and... Oh,
Rise
whoa,
and
hey,
shine.
whoa, hey, whoa. Okay, that was a little bit glitchy then. Showed us the tree for a moment. I thought there was going to be a weird cutscene of something happening above. Somebody call an ambulance. I think I've caught a case of deja vu.
Isn't this lovely?
Are we supposed to be zoomed in on Tozu right now? And for some reason it's not. There's something just glitched out. Because everything else is sort of blurred out, but except for Tozu, who's in focus. Feels like something may have glitched there, I don't know. It feels like only yesterday we were playing detective with the corpse of a crime scene. My, how insouciant and chipper so many of you used to be.
How interesting.
After all that back and forth over a simple how-done-it mystery, I'm truly curious what today's trial will yield.
Yeah,
Just to remind myself, our names are on the podiums, right? Eager to start, are we? Mm-hmm. Yes, to find your podium, just look for where your name is written.
The show must go on.
Go on now, hop to it. I'm so excited. I can barely wait a second longer. I really don't want to do this.
Oh, crud.
We gotta do as he says, though. Otherwise that enforcer lady might get mad. Is she here? We still haven't seen anything of her. Knowing we were powerless to disobey Tozu, we began to disperse and locate our podiums.
Hey,
It's okay, everyone. If we work together, we can do this.
we can't give up.
Alright, guys, if we work together, we can solve this case. So come on, let's do this for Wolfgang. You know, there's certain characters who often, these kind of games, when you talk to them and you get a handle on them, you start to get sort of instinctive feels for whether they're suspicious or not. But Diana is, I don't know. I feel like I still don't really have a read on her. I don't know what to think of her. That's the thing. Okay. Although her words elicited nods from the other students, the expressions on their faces told a different story. It was an expression I couldn't help but feel conflicted over, in a moment where I shouldn't have been focusing on my feelings. An expression of unmistakable fear. Of course. Here we go. For days now, I've been angry over the mock trial. Angry at how much people resented me for telling the truth, how they twisted my words and assumed my intentions. I'm angry, but that didn't mean I wanted to be right. I would have been happy for reality to prove me wrong, for no one to buckle under the pressure of the killing game. But good endings like that only exist in stories. Reality was apathetic to what we wanted, and the events of today proved we were at its mercy. So I stood there at my podium, conflicted. To think this tragedy could have been avoided had people just listened to me. But who was it that encouraged everyone to turn on me? Who was it that encouraged everyone to trust each other? If Wolfgang hadn't been so naive, if he just told people to protect themselves rather than each other, then maybe he would still be here. Regardless, can't let myself be consumed by the what-ifs. Although the others may have failed at preventing Wolfgang's murder, I, at the very least, can solve it. I'll uncover this killer, let them face the consequences of their actions. I'll solve this case and survive. I did a little monologue there, Damon. There we go. Yes, I definitely need to save my game, please. Oh, God, what the... There we go. For some reason it wasn't scrolling down for a moment then. A couple of minor little things there. Okay, Chapter 1, Class Trial Preparation. Right. Looking at time, I think we'll very quickly just review our truth bullets that we have. I'll review them again properly at the start of, before we actually go into the trial once again, because I'll wrap up this episode in a moment. Right, so, if I go to the top with Blackout. At the time of Wolfgang's murder, Winona and Ulysses were by the giant tree. Winona does not recall a blackout happening, the same goes for Eloise, who spent her morning in the courtyard with Desmond. So the blackout was only in the dorm area. Blood spots. Drops of blood were scattered around the boiler room door. They were also scattered in the outside hallway. Someone who was bleeding has been through. Possibly the person we heard running away, but I'm not sure. Boiler room doorknob. It's been flipped so the lock is now on the outside of the door. Which is interesting. Someone suggested to me that someone would want to do that so they could lock someone in there. Burn marks all over his hands. I'm still thinking some kind of poison here. Possibly something corrosive that's gone through his bloodstream. DJ pad clock. Digital clock on Mark's DJ pad is frozen at 9:35 AM. Mark believes the blackout caused some kind of internal damage to his DJ pad. Clock is frozen on the time it last displayed before power was lost. So the generator went down same time as the murder. Well, as the time of death is said to have happened. Extension cord, tattered extension cord floating in the water. No internal plug, only a frayed tip lined with a black substance. Collection of similar looking extension cords were discovered in storage closet D. These ones are fully intact and the internal plugs were particularly slim. Kai and I were exploring storage closet C. We heard someone run past. Footsteps sounded like they were moving away from the boiler room. Based on how soft they were, it could be inferred the person was not wearing shoes. Tournament timeline. This began at 9 AM, was attended by 8 people. Of those 8, 6 competed. Kai, me, Jet, Cassidy, Jean and Grace. First match was between myself and Kai, but our game was cut short by the blackout. obviously Ava was there as well. So they've got, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people listed there. So Ava was also in that. I would have thought it would put Ava's name on too. Kai, Jet, Cassidy, John, Grace, and obviously Mark will have been there as well with his sound system. So that's the total 8. Generator, half the generator's wires were melted, and what remained intact had been completely singed. It's like a bomb went off inside the machine. So evidently, yeah, someone's rigged this thing up to destroy it. Right, so Grace said Wolfgang was going to attend the tournament with Grace, had to cancel after waking up with a sore stomach. He encouraged Grace to attend the tournament with Jean instead, but she did not say anything about times. So she might be hiding something. Knife found floating in the water, in the boiler room on the blade, and in the surrounding water was the unmistakable colour of blood. When inspecting the kitchen, I discovered a knife block inside one of the cabinets. The block just so happens to be missing a large knife, so that's where obviously that came from. Odd smell. The air in the boiler room smelled like an odd combination of cereal and alcohol. Jean believes the smell is a result of a chemical reaction. So I'm wondering if someone has created some kind of, I don't know, gas or something that makes people feel sick? I don't know, I'm not sure. Shrapnel. Chunks of unidentified material were floating in the water near the generator. Is this some kind of explosive that someone's rigged up? I don't know. Not necessarily a big one, just like a small one, just that is enough to mess up the Jenny. Steel rolling pin. Dusty rolling pin discovered inside storage closet A. One end is a small dent, on the other are 2 very clear handprints. Possibly this accounts for the bruise on Wolfgang's neck. Storage closets. Underground floor has 4 of these. During the blackout, tournament attendees who were searching for a backup generator agreed to enter these in pairs. Ava and Grace in A, Jet and Cassidy in B, Kai and Damon in C, Jean and Mark in D. Suspicious notes discovered inside Wolfgang's blazer pocket. Paper was damaged by the water, smudging most of the ink beyond readability. But of the few words that can be made out, there's secret, 8:15 AM, and close the door. Taser found at the scene of the crime. Small thin piece of metal discovered near the boiler room door, which could be one of 2 things. Either it's a wire from inside the taser, as I possibly suspected earlier, but I'm also wondering if it's maybe like a binding thing for the coiled up extension leads. Possibly. Toshiko's fetch quest. She left the dorms before 8 AM to fetch Ingrid some medication from the pharmacy. On the way back, she briefly encountered Wolfgang in the hallway. Ingrid overheard bits and pieces of Toshiko and Wolfgang's conversation from a room. She's fairly confident the encounter happened around 8:10 AM. Surprised it doesn't say anything else though about the fact that Wolfgang said he was going to the laundry, but hey. Tozu Tablet 2. Victim is Wolfgang, discovered in the boiler room on the underground floor, kneeling in the water, upper body slumped over the concrete platform. Estimated time of death 9:35 AM. Right. Wolfgang's neck. Huge discoloured mark ran down the back of Wolfgang's neck. Was this the first sign of decomposition, or was it a bruise left by something? Next to discoloration was a tiny red dot, skin around which looked inflamed. There was no scabbing, however, which suggests this dot appeared recently. So either this is a bruise from a rolling pin, or maybe it's like a chemical blotch caused by a poison that also accounts maybe for his the seeming burn marks in his blood vessels in his hands, and the little tiny red dot is a point where a dart hit him. Because I'm still wondering about that hypothesis I raised about the taser being repurposed to fire a dart instead of an electrical wire. Maybe. It could be that the killer maybe just, I don't know, removed the dart from his neck so that no one would see it. Right, well that's all our truth bullets. So that's just a quick recap of what we've found in this investigation, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, we're going to wrap this episode up here. It's getting late. I'm going to go and get myself my evening meal. And what we'll do is, before we obviously get into the trial itself next time, we'll once again just go over these and recap them, have a think about how this may fit together. Because like I say, there's a lot of elements to this, and at this stage I don't have any particular suspect in mind. I feel like I don't have enough to really name someone. So I think there's going to be stuff here that really hinges on how this conversation now goes during this trial. But I have my hypotheses about things that may have happened, and if it's saying that his cause of death may be the key detail, then we'll see how that plays out. and if that then raises any further possibilities. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you'll join me for the trial itself next time. That may be another thing that we end up splitting into more than one episode, potentially. So yeah, join me for that. Social media links, propagandist channel link, etc, down in the video description if you're interested in those. If you enjoyed, a like as usual is always appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Dakper is apparently within viewing distance of that guy, but might not be too much of an issue. Just snipe these guys. They've all got rifles, so they're not too much of an issue. Okay, apparently they can see me from this range. Got. Okay. Gosh. Oof. We took him out. Took a bit of a beating there, but we did it. I think Dakper actually helped out a little bit, which was good. Right, he's dropped some rifle ammo for Grom, that's good. You take that. Did this guy appear up anything? He did. More ammo for the rifle, that's good. Grom is going to need to heal up, though, if we can get our hands on some stuff. But by the looks of it, the only Nazi left is this guy down here on the train platform.